I see what ho, chaps and chapettes, Game Chap and Bertie here.
Yes,
fellows, and I dare say we have here some exciting news about Nintendo, covering all sorts of subjects, from Super Smash Bros. To the 3DS and more, you know.
Most certainly, yes, there's a lot going on with Nintendo and Smash Brothers. So if you're into that, and we're sure you are if you're watching, then hang around for the news.
Yes, now of course, firstly I dare say, let's talk Amiibos. This is of course the rather clever gimmick that Nintendo are launching for Super Smash Bros. And it takes the form of interactive figures. Is that not right, old chap?
Well, it most certainly is, yes indeed, and they've announced quite a few of these. Apparently these little figures will fit on your screen or on your gamepad somehow, and actually will do things.
Yes, that's right, of course. Now, these are indeed fully modelled and painted three-dimensional real-life figures, as it were.
Yes.
Action figures, but of course they're not actually posable, but they are more like static figures, which are on little trophy-based type stands, similar to what we saw previously in Skylanders. Now, what you can actually do with these is place them onto a special marker on your gamepad, or if you have a new Nintendo 3DS, which is also coming out soon, you can put it on one of those, and when you've done that, of course, the game will actually recognise your figure, determine what character it is, like Mario or Luigi, etc. and so forth,
Yes.
and then it'll actually transform into what's known as a figure player on your screen, or an FP for short.
Ah, so they turn into figures on the screen then. Now, we said a little while ago that we didn't know whether they would affect the gameplay in the game, give you an advantage if you've got one, etc.
That's right, old boy. Now, of course, it's still not 100% clear exactly all the details of how these are going to work, but Mr. Sakurai has confirmed that FPs, or figure players, will fight and develop on your own. So in other words, they're kind of like your very own character in real life, in the figure form, as well as in the game.
So is it sort of an addition, as it were, to the game?
Oh, yes.
Or is it a figure that transforms the one already in the game somehow?
Well, I think what's going to happen here is this figure is going to be a real-life representation of your game character, and then, of course, inside the game itself, you can train him up or her up, give them items, power-ups, upgrades, you can play as them, you can play against them, so it's a very good idea for really engaging people into this game.
Well, most certainly, and it looks as though they may have some advantage, and no doubt the idea is to try and get other people to think, oh, I wish I had one of those as well.
Well, certainly, old boy, if they, for example, take them round to their friends' houses and say, you know, try to fight me, but of course they've got in their back pocket an amiibo, they can bust that out if they're losing and say, ha-ha, I've got an advantage now, just like, in fact, the trailer they showed us that time.
Well, most certainly, so it looks like it's a bit of a marketing thing as well here.
Yes, I think so. Now, of course,
No doubt.
to note this, we have also seen here some new bundles announced from Nintendo for Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U. Now, there are two editions so far from what we can see. One
Yes.
has an amiibo included, as you can see there,
Yes.
in a rather nice packaged little box of sorts, so that's an incentive to buy a figure to get you started. And one, of course, is for the seasoned pros, which actually comes with a GameCube controller and a GameCube adapter.
Aha, so they're marketing these, you know, fairly, they're trying to make a big thing out of them by the looks of it.
Yes.
With these special editions and things and saying, hey, look, this is really great and you definitely want one of these.
That's right. Of course, they're appealing to both the newer players to the game with Super Smash Bros. Amiibo figures, as well as, of course, to the pros from the Melee days. Now, you may say, why on earth do they want to sell this bloody thing with a GameCube controller? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the real pros of Smash Bros. Generally, many of them, know that the GameCube controller gives the best control over your character. It really is great with those smash attacks and the complicated moves you have to do, and so many people prefer that to the classic pad or the Wii U and nunchuck combo, or of course the gamepad or the 3DS or the other ways of controlling the characters.
Right, okay, so you don't get one of these little figures with this then, these are separate.
They're separate packs, so if you want both, you're going to have to cough up some dosh from
Right,
now.
goodness, so I'll have to pay out for the figure, and now if I want the game controller thing so I can actually play better, it's going to cost me hundreds of millions of pounds.
But then you've got to buy all of the figures, and then you
Yes.
have to buy 2 copies of each figure, because one stays in the box and one goes on the shelf.
Right, oh yes,
Goodness
yes,
me.
yes, you must remember that, yes.
500 fines.
Yes.
Now, anyway, I understand some new Amiibo figures have been announced in today's news.
Yes, indeed, yes. They've announced more of these Amiibo figures, and we explained previously how they work. Now,
Yes.
they said they're going to add to the list, as it were. Luigi is one of them.
Luigi, the
Yes.
green-hatted plumber, Mario's brother, of course, along with Pit from Kid Icarus.
Yes, yes. Then they'll have Little Mac and Diddy coming in as well.
Ah, so Little Mac the boxing champ and Donkey Kong's little chum Diddy, a good show.
Yes, and apparently Zelda, the popular one.
Zelda?
And yes, Zelda, and someone called Kayaputen Falcon or something like that.
Captain Falcon.
Ah, yes, Captain Falcon, I believe, that's for short.
Yes, now of course the captain will finally be showing us his moves as a jolly figure. This is of course the first figure ever available of Captain Falcon, so fans of the captain might be pleased to hear that, rather like me, I say.
Yes.
So this is
It's
rather
only you,
exciting.
I think.
Only me, I'm the only Captain Falcon in the world.
Yeah,
But,
the only Captain Falcon fan, I think.
yes, I know. There you are, but it was very exciting news in any case for a Nintendo fan, with these figures coming out and actually compatible with the game. Now also, on an interesting note to do with the 3DS of course, new 3DS themes are now available to personally customize your very own 3DS ahead of the new Nintendo 3DS launch.
Yes, looks like another marketing ploy to me.
Well, I think so.
So here they come with these themes, which, as you say, enable you to customise your 3DS. Is this correct?
Yes, and in fact, I'm sitting in front of one right now today,
Oh.
a newly bought personalised custom theme, which is based, it seems, on retro Mario from the NES days, and I have to say it's rather fun, you know.
Oh, can we show them a picture of this?
Yes, we can, of course, and I dare say there's some sound effects too. As you can see, it's rather delightful, and of course, it jolly well customises and gives lots and lots of character to your 3DS. Now, of course, the new Nintendo 3DS, when's that scheduled for, old chap?
The new Nintendo 3DS. Ah, yes, don't forget the Nintendo 3DS. We did a report on that a little while ago.
We did.
We're bringing in a new 3DS. Apparently, well, it's slightly larger, isn't it?
No, it's
got some controls on the side.
A Meteor processor, it's got a new stick there, it's got support built in for Amiibos, the smaller version has sliding covers and many more exciting things about that.
Yes, and the 3DS is supposed to work properly, because I don't know, when I look at it, I can't see it properly.
Really?
With the 3DS effect, but apparently now with this new one, you'll be able to see it wherever you look at the screen, is that right?
Yes, because the camera, of course, will track your head movements and adjust the position of the 3D to suit, so no more jumps and bumps knocking you out of the 3D sweet spot, as it were.
Yes, so this new 3DS, so now you've got the figures and the other things, the special editions, and the other things we just mentioned, and now you've got to buy the new 3DS as well.
Yes, so
this is
every
adding
your
up,
wallet,
isn't it?
Smash that piggy bank. Now, of course, the new 3DS is coming out when in Japan, El Chip?
Yes, now in Japan, it's scheduled for release on the 11th of October, I believe, yes.
That's 4 days, that's very close.
Well, yes, they're going to get it in 4 days' time. Now, the 21st of November in Australia.
Australia
out
and New
there, mate,
Zealand.
you have to wait until then.
Good day, mate, for next month, right?
Yeah, good day, mate. And of course, in the good old UK, it's I believe it's 2015, isn't it?
Well, so far there's no firm date for the new 3DS for the US and UK, but we think next year. So
well, how come they're getting out there in Oz and we're not getting it till next year?
And our friends in the land of the rising sun get it in 4 days, old chap. We'd have to import one, old boy.
Yes.
This is getting pricey, old chap. I can see where this is going.
Most
But
certainly is.
anyway, of course, just getting back to those themes for a moment, you can choose from 6 initial free colour-based themes like red and blue, or you can buy themes, of course. And there's a bit of an advert there, I must say, on the console, for you to go to their shop and buy themes. Now, currently, you can buy basic coloured themes like stars and that sort of thing for about 80 pence, whilst character-specific themes, including a retro Mario, a Hennefuda playing cards, and special character-themed options, they are a bit more pricey at £1.79.
Ka-ching!
£1, you know.
Yes.
And of course, I have currently got the retro Mario one, which I dare say I think is the best, old chap.
Yes, ka-ching!
Ka-ching!
Yes, with everyone. Ka-ching, 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 like the coins, you know.
When you open the 3DS, actually, it goes budding like that. It's very appropriate, old boy.
Yes, it does, yes. So you can get all those extra colour themes to customise your 3DS if you're into that sort of thing then.
And of course, the interesting thing there is with the smaller regular 3DS, or the new Nintendo small 3DS, you can actually buy sliding faceplate covers to match your theme inside. So it's a rather groovy and stylish option, I think.
Most certainly. So what about the Amiibos then? There's release dates for these, I think, as well, is there not?
Yes, old boy, that's quite right. And actually, let's just get on to those release dates now. For the Amiibo then, Fidels, in the United States of America, the Amiibo will launch on the 21st of November this year. That's just over a month and a half away.
So that's the Amoeba at 20... Yes, okay, now in the UK, the Amiibos here are going to be the 28th.
That's right, the 28th, a week later than the States, and in Japan they get them last, but not least, on the 29th of November.
So their piggy banks are the safest then?
Well, I wouldn't say that,
They're
old
safer
chap.
for longer?
Well, no, because they have to smash those open for the new 3DS first, old chap.
Oh dear, yes, yes.
But anyway, the moment we've been waiting for. What's the release date of Super Smash Brothers, old chap, on the Wii U?
Ah, well, yes. Now, the Wii U is coming... The first thing I want to know, though, is the Wii U going to be any better than 3DS? Because those little characters in the 3DS, I think they're too small.
Some people have said the 3DS screen is too small. Some have said fiddly controls and quite a lot of latency or lag online. I have to say I've played the game for They are fair criticisms, although it's a jolly fun game. But will the Wii U address these criticisms, rather, and will it give us an overall extremely solid Smash experience? You'll find out, Fidels, on the following dates in the United States of America. When, old chap?
Right, and if you're in the USA, then you're going to be having that game on the 21st of November.
Ah, the 21st of November.
That's what they said.
Which is the same date as the Amiibos, rather handily, and in the UK.
Yes. Well, over here in the UK, what is that, May? We have to wait till the 5th of the 12th.
The 5th of December?
The 5th of December.
That's like fireworks night, old chap.
No,
it's after fireworks night, isn't it? Well, anyway.
Yeah.
And in Japan?
In Japan, they get it the next day on the 6th. For some reason, they've got to wait. Don't know why.
That's the Land of Oz too, I think, old boy.
Yes, possibly over here in Australia as well. Yes.
So, here we have it, fellows. Interestingly, the release dates for Super Smash Bros. On Wii U are actually somewhat sooner than you might have expected, aren't they?
Well, yes, they are. Yes. We weren't expecting them quite then, but here they are now. So they brought them out there, and you just have to wait and see what it's going to be like. But I think the game experience is going to be better on the Wii U than the 3DS. And I think I think they brought the 3DS out first because they were trying to just sell that one quickly first, and then they thought if they brought it out after the Wii U, it wouldn't be as good.
They, of course, have made quite a mint on 3DS with 2.8 million copies sold so far.
Yes, they're all throwing them away when the other one comes out.
They want to capitalise on these large sales, I think, and rush the Wii U onto markets before people forget about the whole thing.
Yes.
So it's rather clever, I think. But there you are, videos. Amiibos, new 3DS themes, new 3DS consoles, and Super Smash Brothers, you know.
Most certainly. But don't forget to tell us what you think about all these things coming out in the old comments there.
Yes, indeed. If it's good enough, we might even tweet it. Oh, I don't think so. Besides the point, you should barely follow us on Twitter, you know.
Oh yes, don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Again, Chaps says loads of boring things most days long, and I say hardly anything now and again.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out.
It really helps us out as well.
That's what they say, isn't it, old chap?
Yes, but we do really appreciate all your views and things as well, don't we? Really?
Well, yes, really.
Of course we do.
Of course we do. Yes, indeed, fellows. Thank you all. You're awfully good, I say. There we are, the fellows. Do join us again for more exciting Nintendo news. We look forward to seeing you then. Until then.